Okay, one more data structure that's called the set. Okay, and set is useful sometimes. It's not, we are not going to be using it all that much, but it is good to know what it is. Okay, so set is an unordered collection of unique elements. So if you have a collection of lots of items, so how many unique items are there? Suppose if you have address list, okay, and you want to know how many states there are. If it's a customer list, so how many states are represented in our customer database? Okay, so you have like 10,000 customers. So how many states are our customers from? So you take the state, the column that represents state, and you find a set of that. That set will give you the unique values in that column. So that, and then you see how many there are, then you get how many states there are. And another way of using set is to check for errors. Suppose you have a column of an individual, our customer database, what is the gender? Okay, and you do a set, then you get like say male, female, and then M and F. Okay, we know what's going on here. M is male, but then Python is going to treat those 4 different values as 4 different genders. So there is a mistake here. So M needs to be recoded as male, and F needs to be recoded as female. So there will only be 2, right? So set is a way of finding errors, as well as finding how many unique values there are. So that's what set is for, and we use curly braces for set. Okay, but it is not dictionary, because in dictionary within curly braces you will have key colon corresponding value. It's a pair. Each element is a pair. Key value, key value, key value, key value. Whereas in set, you have curly braces, but just only values. Okay, so that's the difference between dictionary and a set. They both have curly braces, but set does not have key value pairs. So here, and we can use the function set too. So you can create a set. Okay, like before, okay, you can simply use curly braces and a bunch of numbers or bunch of values. It can be string values also, right? So it can be bunch of values within curly braces, then you'll get back a set. Or you can use the set function. Okay, set, and then when you use a function, then you have to use left and right parentheses. So here we have a tuple, T1 is 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, and then we use a set of T1, and we save that as S1, and then S1 has just 1, 2, 3. And it is unordered. Okay, it is not, set is not an ordered element. Even though it's printing you 1, 2, and 3, okay, you're not going to get it in that ordered fashion, 1, 2, 3. It can be jumbled up order. Okay, so you can use curly braces instead of using the set function. It'll do the same thing. Okay, so here curly braces, we have a bunch of values, then you get a set. And notice here that the number 3 is different from the string 3. Okay, these two are 2 different values. That's why you have that. Okay? All right, so now we have your turn, which is consider a sequence of numbers, create a set of unique numbers in the list. Okay? So let's copy that. Okay, and let's put that in n list. Okay, so I have to put that within square bracket. If you don't put it in square bracket, it will give you a tuple. So what are the unique numbers in this set? Okay. Unique values. Okay. What are the unique values in this list? I'm sorry, not set. What are the unique values in this list? Okay, so let's call that n set equal to, okay. We created a list. Suppose if we had used curly braces here instead of square brackets, then that will give you the set right away. Okay. Since we created a list first, we want to keep the list. We don't want to, if you put curly braces around the list of numbers, then the list of numbers will not be saved. Only the set will get saved. So you want the list also, then you put that into a variable, and then you use the set function. So n list, and then let's print n set. So that's going to give you the unique values in that list. Okay. So notice the curly braces. So it gives you the unique values. So these are the there are 6 unique values in this list. Yes. You don't have to. So here, what I was saying was that okay, suppose if I had that already. Okay, so I just put braces here. So it's going to give me the set, but this list is not saved anywhere. Okay. So if you want the list for further processing later on, which we're going to do in the next question, so we save it in a variable, and then use the set function to create the set. Did I answer your question? Okay. All right. Next question is prepare a frequency distribution for the unique values of the list. That is, for each unique value, print the count of how many times that number appears in the sequence. So frequency distribution. So we want to iterate over this n set. Okay, n set gives us the unique values. Okay, we want to iterate over that. And then figure out how many of each number appears in that list, in the n list. Okay. We want to iterate over the set, because the set is the one that gives you unique values. So iterate over the set, and then count the n list for each value in the set. Right? So that's what we want here. Okay? So we need a loop here. So we have a for loop. Okay. For v in n set. Right? So n set has these numbers, unique numbers. Okay. Now we're going to iterate over those numbers. That will go to these numbers. So for v in n set, colon. Now we want the frequency. We want to figure out how many of each number there is. Okay. Actually, a few moments ago I said when you have numbers, there are three things that you can do: sum, min, and max. Right? There is another function that will work for both numbers as well as strings, and that is count. Count will work for both. The sum, min, and max are valid only for numeric values. So they won't work if the list has non-numeric values. But count will work for both. So what we want is count. So how many are there of each value? So how many, first time around v will be -2, so how many -2s there are? Second time around -1. Well, actually it is not going to be in this order, because remember, set is not an ordered element. So it can be, but each of the unique values will be evaluated. So for each unique value you want to count. So here it will be like we want to count in n list. Okay, so we have n list. Okay, so what is the syntax? If you go back to our list discussion, you'll see the syntax is list.count, and then within parentheses you say what to count. Right? So what to count is the v. So we have dot count, we want to count v. Okay. Well, we want to print this. So it gives you this count, but this printout is not very descriptive of what we want, right? So we really want the value and then the count. The value and then the count. Right? So what do we need to do? So when you need to do that, then it's better to have an F string, formatted string. So we need that. Okay. So we can say value equal to v frequency equal to that count. Okay. And you see that it is not in ascending order, because it is an unordered set. If you want this in ascending order, you have to sort. Okay, we can do that too. But now this, actually, maybe we should format this a little bit more. Suppose we want to put the value at the top as header and frequency as header, then we can do a print outside of the for, because we want that just one time as a header. So outside the for, right, we can have value, frequency. Okay. Then we don't need to put value equal to and frequency equal to. All right. Now, of course, this is not formatted well, so we can probably put a format here of 3 and maybe increase. All right, something like that. So that looks a little bit better.